Welcome, it's Stamped here with a Christmas edition of our Ruleset Wizard Fantasy Grounds tutorial series, and today we're going to keep working on our damage roll and we're going to add some more support for additional rules. So obviously you wear armor in Cyberpunk RED, and you've got armor for your body and you've got armor for your head. So what we're going to do in this video is we're going to check the target's armor, and we're going to take the armor stopping power into account when we calculate the damage before we apply the damage to the target. Alright, let's have a look at how that works. So what we can see here is Konak has head armor with a stopping power of 3 and body armor with a stopping power of 6, and Sonia has head armor with a stopping power of 2 and body armor with a stopping power of 6. And we'll pull up our attacker. So Kanto, this is a player view. Kanto is going to roll damage from the pistol. So 4 dice get thrown, and let's have a look at that chat message. We can see here that this first roll against Sonia, the roll at a value of 8, but the actual damage applied was 2, and that's because Sonia has got 6 body armor. So, and then it's applied, Sonia here has got 6 armor. Sonia already had 5 wounds, so now Sonia has 5 plus 2 or 7 wounds. Now, when Kanto attacked Konak over here, Konak also had 6 body armor, and we only rolled 3 damage, so all of the attack's damage was mitigated by the armor. So the roll was 3, damage is actually 0, and Konak was already uninjured, and we failed to injure her, so her wounds are still 0. Let's now look at the variant where you want to attack the head. So at the moment, my initial approach is going to be, if you want to tell the ref that you are attacking the head, and you apply the difficulty value for a called shot to the head, and you're successful. When you go to apply the damage to your target, hold down the control key and then double click your damage roll. Now hopefully we'll see here that it's the pistol attack, still 2d6 for damage, attack versus Sonia, but it says headshot, double damage. What that means is that any damage that gets past the armor is doubled. So we only rolled 4. Sonia has 2 head armor points, so 4 minus 2 is 2, doubled is 4, so 4 damage was applied to Sonia, and she's gone from wounds 7 to wounds 11. 7 plus 4 is 11. Now, Kanto has got 3 points of head armor. So we can see here, pistol, attack versus Konak, headshot, double damage, raw 7, damage 8. So 7 minus 3 stopping power is 4, doubled is 8. So 8 points of damage was applied to Konak. Now, if we had Konak wearing some sort of riot gear helmet with a stopping power of 9, just want to show you what happens, how the roll differs in that situation. So we're still going to attack the same 2 targets. Assume the attacks are successful, we're rolling damage. With some luck, looks like I didn't hold the control key down. Sorry, let's do that again. Alright, what we can see here is that The message against Sonia was still headshot, double damage, but the message against Konak just says headshot and doesn't say double damage because the roll of 7 was less than the stopping power of 9, so no damage was inflicted. So we can see here, raw roll was 7, the actual damage is 0, and Konak's wounds remain at 8. So let's go and have a look at the extra code that we've done to get that working. All right, so we're still in the same role, we're still in the same script file, manager damage. We've got we declare the unique OOB type, which is R damage. We're registering the handler for R damage. When R damage is invoked, we're going to run the script handle R damage to actually do the OOB functions. Our function that we call from within the Ruleset GUI is notify R damage. We declare a new variable, MSG OOB. We're giving it a type of R damage. We're extracting the target from our target, which has been delivered to us from the role. We are then collecting the target's body stopping power. So that's the armor's stopping power that they've got equipped on their body. We do the same for their head armor. We retrieve the armor SP for head. We're going to store it as N head SP. We collect the current wounds. We collect their maximum hit points. We calculate their current hit points. We then declare a new variable, N total. We iterate through each dice and we sum the dice for each target. So if you've got 2 targets, half the dice will be for target 1 and half for target 2. We sum those up. We then create a basic message that includes the attacker's information, their portrait, their name, and it includes the results of the roll and the roll description. Now, if there is a target selected, we will append this to the to the roll message. So our message.text plus attack versus target name. Now this is some new code. So if input is control pressed, so there's 3 keys that you can check for. Is control pressed, is alt pressed, and is shift pressed. You can stack those together. So you could do if input is control pressed and if input is alt pressed. And so you can get some additional key combinations, but typically you would only use a single one. You'd use control, alt, or shift. So if we are holding down the control key when we double click the damage roll, then if the head armor stopping power is greater than or equal to the damage roll, then we're going to just append headshot to the roll description, and we're going to set the damage to 0 because the stopping power was greater than or equal to the total of the dice. So we'll set damage to 0. Otherwise, if the dice roll is greater than the stopping power, then because it's a headshot, we're going to work out the difference. So the dice total minus the stopping power multiplied by 2 because you do double damage for a headshot. Then we're going to append the message headshot double damage. Then we're doing the rest of this is control pressed if else statement. So if control pressed, we're running these functions, and if control is not pressed, we pick up here at the else statement. So again, instead of looking at the head stopping power, we're looking at the body armor stopping power now. and we do basically the same thing. So if the body's armor stopping power is greater than or equal to the dice total, there is no damage. Otherwise, the damage is equal to the dice total minus the body armor stopping power. Next thing is we build up that roll description to add a little bit of extra information. We add the raw roll data, so 2 plus 5, that's 7. We then add the damage, which is 7 minus the stopping power of the armor for body. Then we declare the current wounds, which is the previous wounds plus any new damage inflicted. And we're adding all of that to our base message description, or rmessage.txt. We then deliver that message to chat. And we then go through here, we'll finish this off. We then collect the dice total, the target, the new total wounds, and the amount of damage dealt. And we pass this to our OOB message handler, which is handle rdamage. We retrieve wounds, damage, and target information from the data that's passed to us, and we apply the damage by updating the target's wounds value in the combat tracker. So target HP wounds, and we're going to set the new value for this to being the current value of wounds plus any new damage. Hopefully that makes sense and gives you some ideas of how you might handle more complex situations. In the next video, we'll add some more complexity to the role, and we'll see a couple of ways of how to do that. Thanks for joining in again.